Good morning, first graders. I am so glad to be back here with you today. I told all my friends yesterday just how much fun it was to work with first graders who know so much about graphemes or letters and sounds that they spell. And so I'm really excited to be back here today to unlock another grapheme for you. Yesterday we unlocked the OI grapheme, and I bet you remember that it spells the sound ow. Let's try that again. What does it? Oi, that's right. And I know that you remember that yesterday our mouth, when we made that sound, show me how many movements our mouth made. My goodness, you're exactly right. It made 2 movements. And today we're going to unlock another grapheme, and I can't wait. But before we do, we need to be like athletes who practice and practice and practice before a big game. So our big game today is when we're going to be unlocking our new grapheme. So we've got to practice all of our other graphemes so we can be ready when we unlock the new one to try it out with all of the others we already know. So I'm going to first start with the visual drill like we did before. And when I hold up a grapheme, let me model for you just to remind you what you're going to do. So I see this is a grapheme M, so I'm going to say M spells mm. Now let you try that.
M spells mm.
Fabulous. So you're naming it and then you're saying what it spells. You ready?
P spells P.
Oh my goodness. Let's try it again. And how about this? P spells P. Ready?
P spells
Oh my goodness.
O-I spells oil. C-H spells ch. D spells d. F spells
Oh, I heard that very, very slight puff of air, and I saw teeth on bottom lips.
J spells j. S spells
And that sound just keeps going, doesn't it? It doesn't stop. It goes as long as you can hold your breath, but this sound doesn't.
T spells
And it stops.
S-H spells L spells ooh.
And that's all. We've gotten our visual warm-up checked off. Let's put a check mark in the air. Check. Cha-ching is right. Now, let's put those graphemes to work in a word. We did this a little bit yesterday, but we had different graphemes representing words. So remember, let me show you first what I am going to ask you to do in just a minute. So watch me in a way you can do it. So we see that I have j, oi, n. So I want to segment it first. J, oi, n, join. Excellent. Okay, so now that you know what to do, let's try this one. Okay, now let's try this one. Coil, and that's sometimes what we think about when a snake sort of spirals itself on top of itself. We say it is coiling up. Okay, let's try this one. This is the one that we talked about yesterday. Raise your hand if you went home and looked in your pantry yesterday to see if this word was on anything. Did you find it?
Yes.
On the box of foil? You didn't? Well, now you can go back and try that again since you remembered that it is makes the word foil. Okay, are you ready?
Soil. Soil.
So that's like just another word for the dirt, right? That's outside underneath our grass. Okay, this is another word for work. Toil. So if you're working really hard, somebody might say you are toiling. You did a really good job toiling today. You toiled very hard. And one more.
Oil.
Wow, so you put those graphemes to work. We first looked at the graphemes individually, and you said the sound they spell. Now you put them to work in actual words and segmented them and blended them back together. And now our last part for this warm-up for the big game is that we are going to create the grapheme on the carpet in front of you. So everybody sees a place in front of them, right? And you are going to create the grapheme that represents or spells the sound I make. Okay? Are you ready? Got your fingers ready? Let me see your pencil fingers ready to go. Oh my goodness. I see almost everybody's ready. Here we go. Write the grapheme that spells J. Oh, I saw people coming around making a hook to the left, picking their fingers up and making a dot. Great. All right, make the grapheme or write the grapheme that spells we. Oh my goodness, I saw those dots. Do it one more time. I see the O and I see the I. Fabulous. Write the grapheme, please, that spells T. And T is a tall letter, isn't it? The T is a tall letter. And I saw that you pulled down, picked your pencil up, and went across. Fantastic. Write the grapheme, please, that spells Ch. Oh, we have a short letter C and a tall letter H. And the hump of the H goes right, hits right at that middle line where the C is, doesn't it? Write the grapheme that spells and that's a two-letter grapheme too. And both of those letters are tall. That's exactly right. Okay, last one, write the grapheme that spells just Good question. That's okay. You can go back and make the What about short, tall, or sinking? Short. There you go. Okay, great warm-up. I can tell that you are ready for the game time, right? I can tell you're ready to get this new grapheme unlocked. And first, we're going to hear about its sound. Okay, so do you remember yesterday I brought in these mirrors, right? Because it's all about the sound, and we have to make the sound with our mouths. That's right. And different parts of our mouths helped us to make different sounds. Yesterday, when we said we, you all told me that our mouth moved twice. You're exactly right. Today, it's going to move twice again because the new grapheme that I'm going to introduce for you makes this, or represents, or spells the sound ow. Ow. So watch my mouth. Ow. So I'm going to distribute these mirrors to you just like we did yesterday. And I'm going to ask you, do you remember that yesterday we slid them right below our knees? You all did such a great job of that. And we're going to hold on to them there because in just a minute, we're going to practice making this ow sound. And I want you to say the word right now for me, couch. And say the word ouch.
Ouch.
Do you all hear your mouth saying the ow sound? Okay, good. All right, so here we go. Now I'm going to get my mirror out as well because it's always important that we're certainly paying attention to how our mouth looks. So let me watch mine again and see what it's doing. When I say ow, ow, well at first it seems like my mouth is just sort of open normal, ow, just sort of slightly open. But by the time I finish that sound, watch what happens to my lips. Ow, ow. What do you think? Ow. It almost is, isn't it? It is, yes.
After the W, it's saying kind of like either a U or a Y.
It does seem a little bit like it's got something following it, doesn't it? Okay, so even though it's one sound, our mouth is going to move two places. So in my mouth, my lips are definitely moving, but my tongue is moving a little bit too. So let me show you again. My lips move. They start kind of open and they move to that rounded position. Ow. But my tongue, it's interesting because my tongue starts off at the bottom. Ow. And by the time I finish it, when my lips are rounded, my tongue has lifted a little bit. So I'd like for you to take your mirror out and watch your mouth as you say, ow. Ow. Do you feel anything in your tongue? Do you feel that tongue lifting up just a tad? Ow. As you finish it? Oh, I am so glad you said that. You can actually see your tongue lifting up a little bit? Very cool. I'm very glad you mentioned that. Okay, eyes on me. Here's the next thing I want us to do. 1 second, I want to get right back to what you have to say because I know it's important. I want you to take you're still going to hold your mirror with one hand, but take your other hand and put it on your voice box. Now say, ow. What about your voice box? What is happening? It turned on? Oh my goodness, yesterday your voice box turned on when we said, oi. Because remember, all vowels are voiced. That means our voice box is on all the time. Thank you for remembering that. Yes?
Since our days are moving, because if you say the what sound, it's going like, it's not the voice, it's like your voice is going like up high.
Wow, that is a really good insight that you had. Were you going to tell us something about this sound too? Did you want to tell us something about this sound?
So like when you say ow, it's like a coat, your lips are like a curtain, and the tongue lifts up when the curtain's open.
Wow, that is something to think about. Thank you for giving me another way to remember about saying ow.
And ow, it's like a W-H for.
You almost hear at the end of ow, you almost hear the w. You're right, that starts with w or w. Yes, ma'am.
Your tongue, I can see my tongue lifting up when I look in the mirror.
You can, and that is exactly what you just said. I think that is so cool that y'all can see it because you're looking so closely into your mirror. You're not just noticing what your lips are doing, you're noticing what your tongue is doing. My goodness, hold on 1 second because people were practicing their owl sounds, which is fabulous, but I don't want them to miss this important information you just gave. Could you say it one more time?
When you say the owl sound, your lips go up and then your lips go down.
My goodness, we have so many great ways to remember what our mouth is doing. So what I'm going to ask you to do right now is, in just a minute, let me give the directions first. And when I say go, you're going to turn to your partner and you're going to each make the owl sound. Now watch how this is going to look. When we turn to our partner to make the owl sound, our partner is going to tell us what they noticed our mouth is doing. So Zoe, do you remember you helped me yesterday, didn't you? So Zoe, if you and I were partners, and I looked at you and I said, ow, can you tell me what my mouth just did?
It went like, it made the A sound, and it made an A shape for saying A, and then it went in a W.
Oh my goodness, what an interesting way to say it. So can you tell me what my mouth, like what it looked like? Ow.
It like did, so it went like it said, ah, and then it said, whoop.
Okay, so what is my mouth doing when we say ow?
It opened really wide, then it closed.
Oh my goodness, what a great description. So be sure to watch for your partner and tell them what you notice their mouth and tongue doing. Ready? Go.
owl doing is our tongue is going down. Our vibration is like the W say ow and when you say ow, it's like a W.
Okay, eyes on me. Oh, I noticed so many wonderful conversations that I heard, and I heard words like your mouth is open when you start, but when you finish, it's in a circle. And I heard words about tongues that were going down and then lifting, and voice boxes that were on. So would you please slide your mirror below your knees right now, below your legs, like we talked about? And I'm going to show you a picture of a child making the owl sound. Does that look like what your mouth did?
Yeah.
And your partner's mouth? So since we had to make 2 movements yesterday with oi, and we have to make 2 movements today with ow, we call these special vowels, and they're diphthongs. Diphthongs, can you say that?
Diphthong.
And diphthongs just means you make 2 movements for 1 sound. Excellent. All right, we're going to practice a little bit on some of these sounds, okay? We know this is a new sound for us, and so we're going to practice hearing it in words. So get your segmenting arm ready. You ready? Okay, let's say the word ouch. Now, how do we segment it? Ouch. How many sounds did you hear in ouch? 2. So ouch. Ouch. Where did you hear in ouch? The beginning. Okay. To brown. Are you ready? The color brown. B, ow, n. B, ow, n. Brown. Where'd you hear it? Where'd you hear the ow? On the side. Is that what you said? So it wasn't at the beginning, and it wasn't all the way at the end. It was inside the word. What a great way to describe that. How about this word? How. Ow. How. Where did we hear the ow this time? At the end. Okay, so now you know we can be at a beginning. We can be inside the word or in the middle. Okay, and now we also know it can actually be at the end too. Okay, ready? This word. Bounce. B. Ow. N. S. Ready? Bounce. Where did we hear ow this time? Let's try it again. In the middle. Let's try it just to be sure it's in the middle. Ready? Bounce. Bounce. You're right, because b is at the beginning. And one more. Here is owl, like the animal. Owl. Owl. Wow. Now we've practiced making our sound, and we've got our mouth ready, and we know we're going to have how many positions on our mouth to make this sound? 2. Then we're ready to unlock this new grapheme. Okay, great. All right, so if we could do this, let's hold your mirrors up for me, please, because we won't need them now. Okay, thank you so much. Look how quickly you're getting your mirror up. Thank you so much. Do you remember the name? Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you remember the name that I just called this special combination of sounds that we do 2 movements with our mouth with? A diphthong. Almost. Ready? Let's practice it. Diphthong. Diphthong. Now let's say it together. Diphthong. There you go. And we have 2 diphthongs. Yesterday we talked about one of them, which was OI. And today I'm just about to unlock our next one. We've been waiting, haven't we? Okay, so I'm going to put this right here just to remind us that this is our special new way that we're moving our mouth today for our new grapheme that we're about to see. And I can't wait until everybody is looking this way, because we have been super excited about seeing what's going to get unlocked. So we said that this new sound that we're hearing is, what is it again? Ow. And so I see a k, ow. Segment that for me. K, ow. Blend it. Cow. Now, I'm wondering, where do you hear ow in cow? At the end. Raise your hand if you heard it at the end. Oh my goodness, we just found out a minute ago that ow can be at the beginning, in the middle, or inside the word, and at the end. And you're exactly right. So let me unlock. Oh, whoops, I got to get down here to my lock. Let me unlock. I'm hearing some predictions that it might be OW. I understand why that actually is one of the graphemes that makes ow. But guess what? There are two graphemes that represent or spell ow. OU and OW. Most of the time, we're going to be seeing OU spell ow if it's at the beginning or the middle of the word. OW is used to spell ow at the end. But guess what? Since we're not focusing on that one, we're going to leave it a little bit locked up still, okay? You know it's there though, right? But we're going to be working on this grapheme today, the OU. Now, I know that cow has it at the end, has the ow at the end, and we already said OW is how we would spell it at the end. But I've brought another picture to show you. And this is a hand with a Band-Aid. You know how when you had a Band-Aid on your hand, it's probably because something hurt you and you might have said, ouch. And so this is reminding us that the OU is actually the way we spell ow in ouch, at the beginning of ouch. And in couch, you just need a C. What a good idea. Yes?
So this, if we, the thumb that we do, so this could be the end, this could be in the middle, and this could be the beginning.
Oh, I really like that hand signal. Let's try that at the end of today's work. We're going to be working with some words, and I want you to remember that signal for us to teach us again, okay? We're going to need it. Okay, so how do I make this letter team or this grapheme? So I've brought back my board, and I've brought back my marker and my eraser, and I want you to watch me in a way where in just a minute we're going to be able to do this together, okay? So, OU. Yesterday we had OI, and I noticed that they were both short letters. And today we have OU, and guess what? I noticed they're both short letters again. And both of these diphthongs begin with O. So that's something they have in common. Oh my goodness, I remember yesterday how we made the O.
Oh, and they're vowels. All of them are vowels.
Do you see that? They certainly are. OI is a vowel and OU are both vowels. What a great noticing. Okay, so since they're short, I need to start right below this dotted line. So let's think about the words I would use to describe how to make these. I'm going to start right below the dotted line with my pen, and I'm going to pull up to the dotted line, go around to the left, come down to the baseline, and come back up again to close my O. Now instead of making an I right beside it, I'm going to make a U. Right, I'm going to write a U. So I'm going to start at the middle line again because it's a short letter. I'm going to come down, touch the bottom line, baseline, curve around, go up and to the middle line, and then come straight down to the bottom line again. OU spells ow. Okay, let's try again. Where do I start? Dotted line. On it or below it? Below. Little below. Curve to the left, touch the dotted line, curve around, touch the ground or the baseline, come back up and close my O. Now I go pretty close next to it, but not touching it. And I start where again? Dotted line. Ready? Help me. Where do I do? What do I do next? Down to the baseline, curve around to the right, come up to the dotted line. Oh, and I didn't even lift my pencil, did I? Until I finish. So I have OU spells ow. Great. Now, watch me as I skywrite, and then it's going to be your turn to skywrite, okay? Here we go. I'm going to start at the right below the dotted line, curve to the left, go all the way around, go to the baseline, come back up and close it off, pick up my pencil. And then I'm going to come right next to it, but not on top, of it and go straight down, curve to the right, come up to the middle line, pull straight down, lift my pencil. O-U spells ow. Okay, everybody up. So we can skywrite. Oh, look how quickly everybody's up. Oh my goodness, I'm already seeing, I'm noticing hands, and you're remembering to put the hand that you write with out straight. That's your giant pencil. You've got your other hand steadying it because we don't want any sloppy owls, do we? We only want beautiful owls. Okay, so where are we starting? Dotted line right below it. Curve to the left, go to the baseline, close off our O, lift our pencil. Look at you. Start back at the dotted line, pull down and around to the right and up and straight down. You got it, to the baseline. Okay, let me watch you again. Go. Great, there's that O. And then I'm seeing the U one more time. And this time as we write it, we're going to say O, U spells ow. You got it. Have a seat. Get your writing finger ready. And let me see you practice it right here on the rug. Ready? Oh, I'm seeing starting at the right below the middle line, curving to the right. Wow. Ow. And I'm hearing you even say that. It's going to make you remember that sound. Ow. There you go. Okay. Eyes on me. Great. Can you that are on this row, can y'all scoot back just a little bit? There we go. Okay. Now, and can y'all scoot back just a little bit too? Thank you, because we're about to distribute those boards so that we can, I know, so that we can practice writing this new grapheme that we have just unlocked on our boards. Now, I bet you all are remembering something about the boards. What do you remember about these boards from yesterday? What can you tell me?
Yesterday we practiced our voice sounds, and we spaced to our partners, and we like.
Just 1 second. Yeah. You faced your partners, and what happened?
We wrote letters, and we were the ones that were the best in the book. We trade boards.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're going to do something like that again, but we're going to start facing front. So everybody's facing the front, or facing whatever your front might be. Go ahead. Do you remember that the markers are on the back? And do you remember that there's something special that we need to do with these boards before we start writing those letters to show our partners? What is it? What do you remember? What about the lines? The pink has to be on the bottom because that's our boundary, isn't it? And we know some of the letters, we talked about this yesterday, we have some letters that sink, but today we don't have any sinking letters. All of them are short. So let me see you get started making your owl grapheme. And you're just going to make rows of the owl grapheme. I like how you're remembering that you're kind of separating, you're putting a little finger space between each owl. Okay, let's notice this. Did you remember that we need to stop at the baseline? So look what you can do. You can just take your eraser. Show me how you can do that. You want to start all over and do it? You can, or you could have. Do you notice about this one compared to that one? Oh, no, that one, did you see what you did on that one? Do you see how nice that looks, that you've gone right back over and come straight down instead of going on a slant? Nice that you started. You're starting at the top. Where do we need to start these? Show me where we need to start. Are these tall letters or short letters? They're short letters. So where do they begin?
At the bottom.
Okay. You say it at the bottom. Can you tell me more specifically, like more exactly where they begin? Would you like me to show you on my board? Okay. So watch me. Since they're short letters, we're going to start right below the dotted line. How does that look? Does that make sense? Let me watch you do it. Beautifully done. I even saw that you kept it all short. You kept them in between the dotted line. Okay, let me show you something. I'm noticing that these all started out as short owl, but what started happening here? Did they get a little bit bigger? Okay, let's erase. Why don't you erase one of these rows and make them short again? Can you do that? Okay. Okay, let me show you something on your U's. When you're making your O's look like they're staying in there. Watch this on your U. Your O looks like it's staying short. It's between the dotted line and the baseline. On your U, you're going to come down, touch the baseline, come up, and look, stay right on that line when you come back down to the baseline. Okay, can you try that right here? See, do you see how yours looks right here? Try another one just like that here. Do you see this space here? We don't want that space there. Can you make it more like that where it's coming straight down? And you don't have a space? There you go. We'll try it. Look how you're writing O-U spells ow. Oh my goodness. Let me see the one you just did. Which one did you just do? That one. Great. Can you do another one right here? Okay, first graders. Now it's time for us to turn to our partners and see if they can help find the OU grapheme that looks the best. And not just say, this one looks the best, but you need to tell why. That's right. Why? What did that person do when they wrote the OU grapheme that was just right on point? Okay, ready, go. And remember, y'all circle the ones that you feel like is the best and be ready to tell why. Oh, I see you're looking so carefully to see which ones look like they really. Oh, you're finding more than one on Zoe's that you think is exceptional. My goodness, what a compliment. And I can't wait to hear why you feel like those are the best. You know, some people can't even just find one. They're finding like 2 or 5 or 6 that are the best.
Good job, Zoe.
That's a very nice compliment. Now be sure to tell why. Why did you circle these on hers?
Because this one.
Okay, let's tell her. Let's tell her so she knows. Okay, Mia's going to tell you why.
I like this one because you kept it underneath.
Oh, you made it a short letter. Have y'all traded back so that you can tell each other? What compliment did she give you? Why did you like any one of these on hers? Why did you like the ones that you circled?
Because that one, because it went all the way up and it went down. That one is so good.
Really? So when you said it went all the way up, are you talking about the O went all the way up? Oh my goodness. Are you talking about the O went all the way up to the top dotted line? Is that what you meant? Not to the top line, but to the dotted line? I like it. Okay, eyes on me.
Eyes on you.
Thank you. Okay, well, why don't you trade right now and do that, okay? That'd be great. And while you're trading, the rest of us who have had a chance to trade, show me how you can put the lids back on your markers, please. And I'd like to hear what you heard each other say. What did you hear your partner say about your work when they gave you a compliment? What kind of specific or exact information did you hear? Can you have a seat, please, all the way? Yes, ma'am. Oh, it stopped at the pink line. What good advice. What good. So that's going to stick with you, isn't it? Next time you make it, you're going to remember, oh, she said it stopped at the pink line. That's what I need to do since it's a short letter. Yes?
I saw on her she had like sinking letters.
Oh, did you help her where she could erase those? Because you said these don't sink. They're just short. Great advice. Yes, ma'am.
She said, love it.
My goodness. Did she tell you specifically what she loved? What did she love about that letter there, or those letters that she circled?
Because it looks neat.
It looks neat. What made it look neat, I wonder?
Because it didn't go past the pink line.
That does make things look neat.
And the top was at the dot.
Wow. Congratulations to all of you. Can you erase your boards now where you've written your OUs? If you could erase your boards, that's amazing. Can you let her can you tell her how and why? And then watch me. Where are we going to put our pins? You got it. On the Velcro. You got it. So now you know how to write the OU, and you know that they're both short letters, and that when we write OU, sometimes it says ow. Ow. Good. All right. So once you've finished, I'll know you're ready for me to pick it up because your marker board will be on the floor with your marker Velcroed to the back. Oh, and I have something new today that I did not show you yesterday because we ran out of time. But today, we have got just enough time to do it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate how quickly and quietly people have got their materials ready for me to collect. Because that way we get to move into our next activity where guess what? We're going to work with making and breaking words that have oi and words that have ow, since we just learned about ow. Thank you so much. Would y'all like to stand up for just a minute?
Yes, ma'am.
I bet you would. Okay? All right, are you ready? Dr. Cummins did some of this. She's much better at this than I am, but I'm going to help you all to get just a little bit of a reset. Ready? Because y'all have been working so hard. I think you've been toiling today. I think so. Remember, it means working hard. If you're toiling at something. Okay, are you ready? Take your right arm and touch your left shoulder. And now, take your left arm and touch your right shoulder and give yourself a hug. Now put both arms up in the sky and make an X one way. Now make a V, and now make an X another way. And now make a V. And now stretch as tall as you can. Fabulous.
You did this
And then
in PE.
you do that in PE. And then have a seat quietly on the ground. Wow. Thank you so much. Okay, this next part is where we're going to be using the skills that we have now learned about these two very important graphemes, especially the new one we learned today, ow. And we're going to use letters that are magnetized to build these words. Now, I'm going to show you first what this is going to look like because you and a partner are actually going to be sharing a board, okay? And this board is magnetized, so the magnet letters will stick to it. When I give you this Ziploc bag of magnet letters, you and your partner are going to work together, and one of you is going to hold the board, and the other one is going to give you the letters that you need. So let me model this. Will you come be my partner? I'm going to let you hold the board, okay? And while you're holding the board, we'll be calling out the letters that you need. And then when I call them, I'm going to let you come help us too. Good, you can be the other partner. When I call the letters, you're going to reach into the bag and hand them to her, and she's going to make them go across the top of the board like this, okay? So will you please hand her the letter O? Now watch what she does. And you know what's interesting? All the vowels in this bag are red. So if O is a vowel, you know you're looking for a red letter. Now watch where you're going to put it. You're going to put it right up here at the top. Now are you ready? Please find the letter U. What color will it be? Red. You got it. Now she's going to put the U across the top. Please find the letter N. Now N is going to look a lot like a U, but we know
It's gonna be a blue.
you got it because it is a consonant. So will you hold this up for them to see? Do you see how yours is going to look? So one partner hands the letters and the other partner does what? Puts them on the board. Okay, are we ready? So each partner gets one board. So y'all can have a seat right here.
Is that a word?
It is not. Thank you for asking if that was a word. It's not. It's just where we're going to store our letters right now until we need them to build a word. Okay, decide who's going to hold the board. Excuse me, and whoever's got the board, the other person is going to have the letters. And here we go with the letters.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That is
Okay. Whoops. All right, are we ready? Okay, so I need you to put an O at the top of your board. I need you to put an O. Oh, I think what I'm remembering is that if you're picking the letters, you're handing it to her and she's putting them on the board. Thank you so much. Great. We need an O. Next letter that we need is a U.
already got it.
Fabulous. The next letter that we need is an N.
He won't put it at the top.
Okay, let's stop and remember. If you're holding the bag, do you remember that you're handing her the letters? Here you go. Now you're going to put them across the top. So you've got the OU, now you need an N. Thank you. The next letter that you need is an L.
I need N.
So we have O, check and see. Check and see. Do you have an O, a U, an N, L, a D?
I have a period.
Oh, I know it looks like one, but let's see what. Now I would like you. I will get you one and just, yes you do, right here. Now I need you to find the letter I, please. Find the letter I. It's okay. I will fall apart because the I has two parts. Remember the little dot? You found it. Yeah. It's little head. Okay. Check your work. Do you have an O and a U and an N and an L, a D, an I? Find an H, please.
H, and we also need an L.
And then a T, please.
A L and a T. A T.
A C.
You're going to guess. You have a C in your hand. S.
And an S. So if you don't have all of your letters out, just put whatever letter you still have in there up there. You might just have an extra letter. Now, if you have an F, you can put it on. Some people might have that. That's okay. If you have it, just go ahead and put it on there. Okay. Now, here's what I need for you to do. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Look this way, please. I'm going to ask that if you have a Ziploc bag, that you put it under your legs, please, right now. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you have an F, you may put it on. You may. Okay, thank you. Okay, now we've got our board ready. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to take turns. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to put your magnet board in between the two friends. Nice. Nice. I see how you've put your magnet board. I notice you put your magnet board between the two friends. Thank you. I'm noticing you're putting your magnet board right here between your two friends. Okay, now, if you got to put the letters on the magnet board just a minute ago, will you please raise your hand? If you got to be the one who put the letters on the magnet board, oh, I see almost all my friends have their hand up. If you got to be the friend that put the letters on the magnet board, will you raise your hand? Thank you. Put your hand down. If you had the bag, will you raise your hand? Okay, the people who had the bag, you all are going to take a turn first building the word. Yes. Okay? And the other person is going to watch. So please leave it down right in front of you so both of you can see it. And thank you for getting bags where? The bags can just be left where they are because we don't need them. Thank you. So you can just put it right back where you had it. Oh, that might work too, but if you already have it in a spot, let's leave it. Okay, here's the word. Are you ready? I'm going to say it, we're going to segment it, and then that partner is going to build it. Okay, here we go. Here's the word. Soil. Soil. Okay, soil. So figure out what letters you need and build that word, please. Now, the other partner, I hope you're checking. Soil. Oh, look at you helping. Okay, look at my mouth. Soil. What sound do you hear? Soil. This was one we did yesterday, isn't it? Look, what about this? Soil. This was from yesterday, wasn't it? Do you hear the oi? What do you see in it? You do. Oh, let's check our spelling. You see oi in it and you see the word oil?
Yeah.
Let's check our spelling. Let's segment again. Are you ready? Oil. Soil. Do you hear the oi sound?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. So do you have an OI in the middle of your word?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we don't say sowl. That would be OU, but it is
I said
soil. Soil. Fabulous. Okay, let's make this word. Next person, if you got to make that word this time, guess what? It's your other partner's turn. Love it. Okay, so break that word apart and move your letters away. Move your letters up. And next partner, are you ready for this word? This is going to be one of our new sounds. This is the word loud. Are you ready? Let's segment it first. Loud. Loud. Show me how loud should be spelled. Let me tell you something. This is where we do it right here so that both partners can see. This is where we work so that both of you can see. So we've got loud. What do you think needs to come next in loud? Ow. 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 What is the O-W or O-U? What is our new? Do you hear the ow like in ouch? Ow. Oh my goodness. Oh, and you even have an exclamation mark and a period behind it. Okay. All right. How do we spell loud? Okay, look at me. Look at what sounds. L-O-U. Let's try L-U. Why? We don't say Lloyd, do we? We say loud.
She made a couple mistakes because she put I
And
no, I didn't.
okay, you did. Okay, you did an A instead, but now you know it needs to be ow. Good. Okay, there we go. Okay, one more word. Are you ready? The other partner's turn. Ready? Okay, yeah, the other partner's turn. Here we go. Here is the word. Ouch. 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 Great, let's spell it.
Ouch spells.
O-U-C-H spells ouch. Okay, one more turn, hand it to the other partner, and remember you're putting it right in front of you so you can see it. You're putting it right on the ground so everybody can see. Okay, last word that we're going to try is couch. Like you can sit on a couch. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? We can't do that one. Never mind. Sorry. That's, well, we don't have another C. That's what we're missing. Let's try this one. Sound. 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 Mm-hmm. Okay, remember we need that. That looks like sound, but we need it to be sound. Wow. Sound. Almost. What are we missing right here that you hear? Ow. You got it.
Good job, Piper.
Okay, almost. Look. Sound. Wow. Okay. I need you to check your spelling on sound. Are you ready? S-O-U-N-D. And then you need an N, I think, right there, don't you? Because that's sound. Sound. Okay, great job, first graders. I need you to take those letters, please, and put them back in the zipper bags.
I have the zipper bag. I have the zipper. Where's the letter?
While we're putting those letters in the zipper bags, I need your eyes up here, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. While you're putting those letters back in the zipper bag, and I'm noticing how carefully and quietly y'all are doing that, by the way. What we're going to do is we're going to practice. Thank you for being, look at this. This partnership has already got theirs put right back. Thank you so much. Thank you. And just leave yours in front of you and I'll come get it. Oh, I'm waiting on eyes. Thank you for seeing. I'm noticing eyes that are turned this way. Wow. So we need to think about what we learned today. We learned about the grapheme. And what sound does it spell? Ow. So if you hear ow in a word, chances are if it's at the beginning or inside the word, there's a pretty good chance it's going to be O-U. And you practice writing that grapheme, you practice spelling with that grapheme, and you did an amazing job today with your work. Thank you so very much for being a part of my explaining this word wall, or this sound wall. Thank you.